Okay, MB Moose Lover here with another moose video, and just want to say I was a hunter for over 40 years, and I gave it up about 10 years ago, but I still like to get out and film wildlife and moose especially, and here in the Brunswick our season starts the end of September. This year it was the 23rd till the 27th, and on the 29th I went out and put a stand up and went out and sat in it for a week. On the next day, the 30th, after I put the stand up, I had this bull come in, gave me some footage here, and then he came in again the next morning, the same bull, gave me a little bit more. But this video here is about just how moose travel in the fall, and they cover a lot of ground looking for cows, and a lot of people think, well, the last week of September, when our season is kind of the peak of the rut, and in a way it is, but it depends on the weather, and just just year to year it's a lot different, moon phases and cold weather and just different things. Warm weather moose don't like to move. So anyway, I don't want to show all this video again here because you can go watch the video, but my main point of this video is I want to show some footage just to kind of show how much moose movement there really is in early October and even into the middle of October. So I've got some old videos. I'm just going to piece some footage together here. Anyway, with this bull, like I said, he was here on the 30th, and then on the 1st of October, and I'm just going to show here next. I have a couple of salt blocks I have out for moose, had out all summer, and this bull is I'm going to show him at one of those salt blocks. So anyway, I'm going to put some footage together here just to kind of show some moose on the move. It's really be a lot of grunting here. So a moose grunting in the fall is music to my ears. Nothing gets your heart pumping like hearing that sound. It's like, it's whether a gun or a camera. And that's kind of the point of my whole of this little video I'm making here, is that when moose are rutting, they're dead serious, and it takes them a long while to wind down, and they'll just keep going looking for more cows until there just aren't any left. So okay, so this is a bull here. You can see he's got 3 points at the very top of his palm. He's got another point, and then he's got split brow tines or eye guards here. And this isn't the bull that was at my stand, but here he is right behind my salt block, 800 yards from my stand site, or where my stand site was. This was on 22nd. Which was the day before the season. The season started on the 23rd till 27th, so I never saw this bull near my stand to film him. He's about the same size as the one that was at my stand, and you're going to see that bull right here. Here's the one that was at my stand. I know because he's got the 3 points at the top. He's got 1 point, and he's got just like a wide blade there instead of split tines. And he's here on the 1st of October, so he was at my stand the morning of the 30th, and he was there the morning of the 1st. So in the middle of the night, at 2 in the morning, he was here, 800 yards from my stand. And he ended up back near my stand the next morning. So you see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That bull's serious. He wants a date badly. That bull there, I never got a good enough look at him. He had small antlers. I never saw him anywhere else. And just a note, I had the salt blocks here all summer, and all I really had was one cow and a calf that actually licked it. I never had any bulls. I had 3 bulls come all at the same time, sniffing around a cow, but they never licked it. And this bull here, he was the first one, and he did lick it a little bit here this night that he was there on the 10th of October, and I'm hoping he'll come back and lick it again. But he's still rutting here on the 10th of October. Okay, so I just added a little bit to this video here, actually quite a bit, but there wasn't much to that other video, and I just didn't get a whole lot of footage this fall, so with my actual camera, and didn't get a lot of bulls around my salt licks either, at least not yet, so a little bit, but anyway, I just wanted to finish this video out here, just kind of a tribute to moose rutting in the fall, and my favorite time of the year, and this is footage from my other videos, and they're all on here, and you can go watch them separately, and a lot of moose videos out there, Alaska moose videos, and so much to choose from, so I don't make them for to get views. Anyway, this was a really nice bull, and this was 2 years ago, 2 falls ago that I called him. Actually, it was last fall. I'm getting confused on my years. It was last fall that I spent a few days, tended out and sat in a tree stand for only 2 days, I guess. That I sat in a tree stand and got a few bulls to come around my stand, and this is a really big one here. And there's just a bunch of footage here that kind of a hodgepodge of bulls just rutting and interacting with cows. I don't get tired of watching it myself, and I was there, and I still, just love to go back and revisit those mornings, and I could do it every day. I could sit in a tree every day and have anything walk under my tree. There's just a totally different experience when you're sitting. And they don't know where you are. They just don't know you're there. And sometimes they'll spot you and look up, but a lot of times they don't. It's a great way to film anything. That is wary, bears or whatever you want to film. And I just love hearing them grunt. This bull here, it's the date on it. It's 2020, and it was 26th of September. So it was during moose season, and I'd left my camera there, and he was there. That was 8 o'clock at night, and then this was that morning, just before 9 o'clock, and this video drove me crazy. I got it, and I sat watching it, and he's running, and the video was a lot longer than the clip I'm showing. And he ran around chasing this other cow off camera, and stood right behind this tree. My camera's on, and grunted, and I never got a look at him until the very end, and you'll see he just stepped out in front of this cow here just for a short time, and this moose is, we call him bent time because I got an antler off of him in the spring of one of the years. It was a couple of years that we had him come in here to my cameras, and I found an antler not too far from where this camera was, and he had a bent tine on his left antler 2 years in a row, and there he is, and he was a massive bull, but he wouldn't give me any footage in front of that tree. And then this bull here, he was a beautiful bull, not a real old one, but a 3-year-old. And he came late to my salt. I didn't have him there all summer. He showed up right in the fall and wouldn't leave it. He'd lay down and sleep. You're going to see him here. And this cow, he's really harassing her, and she loves the salt. And she showed up late too, I think, and they end up fighting over it. And well, I mean, he wants to get at her too, but but he wants the salt as well, and she gets really irate and just she gets really annoyed with him. And I call him Sleepy. That's what I called him. You'll see why here. Like I said, you know, this is a video that's, you can watch it. It's a little longer and, you know, quite a bit of footage with it. You're going to see him here. He's going to walk over here to the left and stand there. He's eating some leaves there, and here she comes, and she's thinking, oh, maybe he's left. And she looks at him and gives him this look like, oh, crap, you're still here. You know, moose are so funny. They're a lot like people. She's like, what are you doing? Leave me alone. I just want to lick my salt. And he's like, you know, I don't think he wants to lick it as much as he wants something else, but he's, you know, he's guarding it though. This salt's gonna cost you. And he is licking its tongue. And she's like, oh, I wish you'd just leave. And she does get her licks in, but this is in monochrome again. I don't really like the setting on the camera, but it's just not early enough to. It's at 7:30. It just wasn't early enough for it to trip into daytime. There's this monochrome setting that saves on flash power, I guess. And, I mean, it's kind of pretty and it's unique for a bit, but then it gets real. I really like to have daytime videos in the daytime. I don't really like nighttime videos either. The flash a lot of times is too weak to reach very far, and I have to use my editing, you know, to adjust lighting all the time, darken the moose down, and lighten the woods up, and then this was a clip from another series of videos. I got 3 videos all together here, and it basically relates to my camera, where I basically left my camera out there all winter, and I put a little plastic roof over it, and the roof fell down over the camera, snow or something, and it stayed there for quite a while, and all these moose came and you know, checked it out. And the reason they come around the cameras is because of the batteries. It's lithium batteries. When they're working, heating up, they have quite a strong smell. I store them in little pill bottles, and you gotta be careful when you open them up. You don't take a whiff of it, and you can really smell them. So I know the animals can smell them, and that's what they'll come around your cameras and, you know, try to break them, and just, you know, they're rough on them. Bears, same thing, they can smell them. And, yeah, and you know, it was the idea that these moose, if it hadn't have been for one smart moose, I wouldn't have got this video, because it was just before this, a few days or whatever before it, that it was down over the camera, and all you could see was the moose's legs when they came up, and it was plastic you couldn't see through. So one moose come, and she flipped it off. You know, there was even a bull there with an antler, and he with antlers, and he couldn't flip it off, but she did. It was almost like they knew there was something just not right about the camera. So it was quite an entertaining series there. And then at the very end, I couldn't believe it. You know, she got it off like just the day before or something, and then these 2 moose showed up right in front of it, and I would have been crying if that little cover had been there. Of course, they would have probably knocked it off themselves, because, you know, they're right into it. You see a little grain there on his antler bases there, where he is basically rubbing the tree there. And he's still rutting, and this is the 29th of December, and he's still rutting and harassing this cow. I had some moose in a bottle back there. You can see it hanging on that leaning tree, and this was in, like I say, December. I left the camera out there in late November, and I don't know if the scent still had any smell or not, but they didn't really go around it too much. You know, my cat is making noise here. It's coming around my computer while I'm doing the voiceover. And yeah, so and I don't know. This bull seems to be interested in this cow. This young cow here, but I don't know if they're. I mean, if he's really rutting, or I mean, he acts like he is. He was just doing what you call like a snort wheeze there, where he kind of sucks air in. He's trying to smell her. But actually, when I put these cameras out here, I basically had to walk quite a ways because I couldn't get my truck there. The snow was really, really deep, and we almost got stuck on the main road, so I had to go up a really steep hill. And there's also the road was really brushed in, and so I basically walked up here, and when we were on our way, right where on the main road where we were driving, like I said, and you know, it hadn't been plowed. There had been two bulls fighting there that morning in the road, and they had it all tracked up, hair on the road and stuff, and for a long length, and like this is the 29th of December, and bulls were still fighting, so that pretty well tells me they still got their antlers there till, you know, January, so I mean, he could be rutting, and I think he probably was chewing on some you know, bushes or leaves here or something right around my camera tree, and then but I mean, she's acts like she's irritated with him, but I mean, they could be brother and sister too. I mean, just the way they're just playing around, but because they look like they're probably about the same age, you know. So it's, you know, I mean, cows will come back into heat if they don't get bred. So she could actually, you know, if a bull gets the urge, he's probably still going to have the urge anyway. So whether the cow is in heat or not interested or not. So, but anyway, yeah. So this video ended up being terribly long. We're heading up to 13 minutes here, but I just wanted to throw some other footage in here about the bulls rutting. So, and like I said, I got a lot of videos on the same subject, but I still got some more videos I'm going to put on here. I'm not in any great hurry to get them on. I'm kind of waiting for later, and I didn't get a whole lot of moose in my salt licks in the summer. So a little disappointing, and but a few starting to show up there now. So got a bull there that I just got. Maybe hopefully he'll come back, and he just started licking it, so maybe he'll like what he got and come back and get a little bit more, you know, before he you know, yards up for the winter. And I've got to go get the cameras eventually anyway, unless I decide to leave them up for the winter, which I might do like I did here. Just got to put roofs over them so they don't get buried in snow. But trail cameras are a lot of fun. So anyway, I'll just let this run just a little bit longer here as well. It's already almost to the end. And if you made it this far, and you know, hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I wish I could have got a little bit more time in tree stand. I didn't get too many days. Just can't get to one of my other stuff now. Got my 4-wheeler. It was just too grown up. And can't get my truck into them. And a little farther for me to drive from home to get there as well. And you know, just gotta find places a little closer to home to have moose. Not enough deer to actually film now. Very few deer in the woods. Very few. I had a few around my trail camera there, but there's not a lot of deer around fields. When I was teenager, and when I first, for 40 years, and then I gave it up 10 years ago. But when I was hunting big woods, like Crown Land woods, public land, the deer numbers were phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Buck sign was everywhere. And now, like in big woods, like where this camera was, that's Crown Land, public land, lumber area. There's deer numbers are just scarce. And when I was younger, like I said, my 30s, 20s, and all the way through the 80s and 90s, there was buck sign everywhere, scrapes and rubs and everything. Now you don't hardly see any of that. There'd be scrape lines, what you call a scrape line, where a buck will make a scrape and then another one, and it's really depressing in a way. And even though I don't really feel like hunting anymore, and I was a bow hunter as well, I did good at it, and anyway, it's just depressing to see the numbers go. But we're back to Sleepy, and I wanted to end it with Sleepy because he got tired of fighting his cow for the salt block, and she gave up and went to sleep someplace else, and he's going to just relax. And I couldn't believe it when I saw this video. He's sleeping just like a horse, because to me they're just like horses with antlers. And there he goes. He's off to Sleepy Town. Later, and be Muslimber.